This episode of Distraction is sponsored by Landmark College, offering comprehensive support for students with learning disabilities, ADHD, and ASD. Learn more at lcdistraction.org. Landmark College, we teach differently. This is Dr. Ned Hallowell with a mini episode of Distraction. As you know, because we hear from you, one of your favorite episodes is our mini episodes, and that's because you all like things quick. And our wonderful producer, Sarah Gerton, wanted me to give my thoughts on the current state of ADHD treatment advances and then those wonderful three letters, ETC, etc. Well, let me focus down in on etc., because I think that's where the most interesting part resides. I think it is in etc. that ADHD is going to start taking off. I think treatment and advancements are not nearly as interesting as the etc. And by the etc., I mean the expanding way we look at this condition. John Ratey and I are finishing up a book that we're calling VAST, which is our new name for the condition. And it's to include all the people who don't meet the diagnostic criteria for ADHD and yet have so many of the key elements of the condition. VAST stands for Variable Attention Stimulus Trait. The way the entire world is changing is coming to be sort of congruent with the way ADHD used to be defined. Now, I'm not saying everybody has ADHD, not at all. But more and more people, we're talking 40, 50, 60%, have what we're calling VAST. A fast-moving brain, a fast-moving mind, a mind that is drawn toward images, toward quick sound bites, and not in a negative way. I mean, people often put that in negative terms, but in a fast-paced, highly creative, synthetic, putting things together in a hurry, but in a good way, and in a way that we can get a lot done and work on teams individually, but on teams. And the old way of punching a time clock, working on an assembly line, getting lost in the organization, those days are fading fast, thank goodness. And people craving the freedom, craving the ability to have a creative outlet, craving the ability to fly, to dream, to enact their dreams, to have dreams even if they don't necessarily come true, but to live every day feeding off a dream. And I encourage people to do that, feeding off a dream. That's where VAST comes into play, Variable Attention Stimulation Trait. I think that's the etc. that I would put in there, the growing world of ADHD as it morphs into, expands into. You see, we're not losing ADHD. That will remain with its DSM-5 definition. But that it expands into, takes wings and flies and includes many more millions of people, where the old ADHD has 10% of the population. VAST takes in 60% of the population or more as people become more and more caught up in a good sense. There's a negative sense to it too, but the good sense doesn't get talked about nearly enough. The good sense of the fast pace, the ability to go online and access instant information, to access friends, to access ideas, that's the excitement. That's the world of VAST. And I see that as the et cetera. I see that as the really exciting new world that we're coming into. And at age 68, I hope I have, the 25 more years I think I need to really see this flourish. I think we're right on the brink. It's where everyone will, with their minds, will start to adapt to this and not, see it as such a negative, but see it as a positive. So that's what I'm seeing as the future of this condition. Yes, the treatment, we have new kinds of treatments and we'll be writing about those, but to me, the exciting development is in the et cetera, is in the vast new world, the variable attention stimulus trait. This is Dr. Ned Hallowell with a mini episode of Distraction. If you have a question for me or a show idea for us, email it to connect@distractionpodcast.com. Or better yet, call us and leave a voicemail. Call 844-55-CONNECT and leave us a message. We need to hear from you. We look forward to hearing from you. We want to hear from you. So 844-55-CONNECT or email at connect@distractionpodcast.com. Distraction is produced by Collisions, the podcast division of CRN International. Collisions, podcasts for curious people. Our sound engineers and editors are the wonderfully talented Pat Keogh and Chris Latham, and our producer is the multi-talented and unbelievably brilliant Sarah Curtin.